Alright, here we are. Night Smoke. We are back. Outland, the Outer Worlds, once more. Okay. 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 Nothing. Nothing to help. Is that some bullets? I can always take some bullets. Working hard, hardly working, eh, Mac? Don't mind me. See, I'm just gonna go check on that inmate over there, that bearded fellow.
The captain's here. Let's go. I want to see all of you busting ass.
Oh, I guess we're doing this then. Yes. Yes. They're scared of me, eh? They should be.
I've had quite enough of you.
Nice shot. Oh. That's how we do it. Huh. Hey.
Here we go.
Oh shit, where'd he go?
We're getting through. Excellent hit.
Oh, good. That was pretty easy. Ah,
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
Chairman
And
Rockwell.
the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
And the convicts. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Oh, really?
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me.
No, no,
You want to
no.
die in a blaze of
I
glory?
entered
Be my
here and you
guest.
talked to me.
Besides, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
Let's see more for myself when I get to him. Oh, I didn't know I was out of bullets. Okay. Alright, next.
Take them down!
Wait, who are they going off against? The van noise. Oh, she brought the van noise to assist me. Good for her. Thank you for that. I shall remember you, iconoclasts.
Hit! One down! Oh! We're not getting through! Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Yeah, shoot him in the nuts. Oh, iconoclasts.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point.
Yep.
I believe I am ready for this.
Gosh, I hope so.
Hope you're right about this, Captain.
So do I.
Captain, you
Hello.
have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things.
Yeah, well,
You've
that's me.
introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Oh. I'm liberating this place. There's nothing you can do to stop
Do
me.
you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army?
Nope.
Those barbarians from Monarch are running wild in my prison. I suppose I have you to thank for this indignity. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm
What?
going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested.
Good for you for staying optimistic in your final moments.
I have no intention of dying on Tartarus, Captain. Not when there's so much work left to do. I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you.
No one
This
ever
is a
did.
mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done.
Good
I
luck.
can set things right.
It's bad for your health to test me.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you.
Maybe.
I take no pleasure in this, you know.
I do.
I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Bye. I'll see you later.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden.
Alright.
I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain.
Cool.
And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
I'll tell him myself. Let's go. Hello.
Okay, quiet.
Alright, ready? Slow time. Shit. Come on, get behind him, get behind him. Get behind him. Oh, that's no good. Oh my.
Nice hit.
Out of my way. Shoot its back thingy.
I got him!
May you find
Just
peace
like
in
that.
death.
Okay, I don't think that did anything. I need to find me some cover. Whoa.
Nice one, Captain.
Oh my. Jeez, take care of these drones and it'll be all better. Oh shit. Whew. Shit. Whoa. Thanks, Ram. Now, shall we crack on?
Get me out of here.
All right, save the day.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You
Yeah.
are absolutely out of your mind. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Well, you're welcome. But you're kidding, right? I mean, they never had a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish.
I agree.
You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years.
Uh-huh.
There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't
Yeah, I
know what
remember.
they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
Indeed.
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon.
Yep.
If
Yep.
people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between
Chaos.
us for now.
Calamity.
We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
That won't do. But it's best we get started then.
Yes, you're right. The road is long, and we haven't a moment to waste. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader.
Good.
And I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Me. I'm a raging lunatic that might get overwhelmed with power. Well, I'll have to run it. I'm the only competent person here.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together.
Yep.
Somehow.
If we want to survive,
We're
we'll
not
have
a
to.
colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
Right. Lifetime employment program ruined. Anarchists destroy our utopian future.
The OSI teaches
Ooh.
that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history.
Damn straight
The
I
events
did.
on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists.
Good.
Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon.
Right.
The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival.
Good.
Life
Good.
was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the Iconoclast spread like wildfire.
Good.
Zora's focus on logistics made for a safer monarch, where the Iconoclasts enjoyed a surge of new blood looking to join the ranks from struggling townships.
Awesome.
Life on Monarch slowly improved from a desperate fight for survival to prosperous growth and more permanent strength. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever.
Oh
Time
my.
would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together.
Oh damn, really?
Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. It was said that the first corpse that fed her garden belonged to Reed Thompson.
Ha
Under the
ha
leadership
ha.
of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence.
Of
The
course.
ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions.
Makes sense. Good for
The
her.
future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs.
Oh
It
no.
was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions.
Really?
The Gorgon project created divisions among Wells' newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses. Minnie Ambrose made a compelling case for the benefits of an improved Adrenatime formula.
Good.
One that could reinvigorate Halcyon's exhausted, malnourished workforce as they fought for survival in a new and uncertain world. She led the project, committed to reasonable schedules and honest reporting.
Good.
In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts.
Good. Let
The
it stand that
Rizzo
way.
Company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister, Belinda.
Yeah.
In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She
Oh.
quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years.
Cool.
As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future.
And he
To the surprise
chose?
of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option.
Really?
Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both.
Huh.
After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows.
What?
Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol.
Huh.
The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path.
Oh, really?
Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Oh.
Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal.
Good for her.
Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable,
what happened to the vicar?
Max eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create.
Oh.
He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with.
Indeed.
And he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could.
Good for him.
He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker.
Aww.
And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed.
Good for them.
The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention.
That's my first mate right there.
Renowned spacecraft. Tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation.
Nice.
The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon?
I did.
Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future.
Nice.
Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived.
Oh, great.
Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day.
Good.
May be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor.
So that's the
He
legacy.
passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists.
Good.
Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and
Beautiful.
proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With
Damn
your steady
straight.
hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days.
Good.
No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
All's quiet in Halcyon. Oh! And just straight back to the menu. I really enjoy this game. You know? Oh, not the menu, the credits. Turn it down a little. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this game. It's fun. The quests are pretty interesting. You know, I mean, the music's great. I mean, it's not as long or as big as many other Bethesda games, you know, like Fallout, you know, all the Fallout games, but it's like, nah, this game's still pretty fun. It just sucks. I mean, there's those 2 planets I couldn't visit. It's like, why would you put those planets there if we can't visit those planets? Like, what's the deal, yo? You know what I mean? But, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. But now, if I was to rate this a game out of 10, man, I would rate this, with 10 being the best, I'd give this like an 8. Pretty good 8. But yeah, real fun. Yeah, it was fun the first time around. When I first played this years ago, I know I had fun. I didn't get that ending. You know, but I had a decent ending. This ending wasn't as nice as my first ending, but it all worked out. But yeah, playing this the second time, I feel like I got a more understanding of what was happening now. You know, I feel like I was able to recall things a lot better. And it was just as good the second time around. Like, if I was to ever play this the third time, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know when's the next time I'll feel like playing this, but you know, I'll play it again one day, sure, why not? I definitely recommend this game to other people. This game is pretty dang fun. But, can I skip this? Nope, no skipping. Oh, nope, there we go. Alright, well, yeah, that's it. Let me know. Leave some comments, you know, like the videos, subscribe. Yeah, leave some comments. Let me know if you played this game. Did you enjoy this game? Was there anything I missed when I was playing this game? You know, I don't know. Uh...